Your desires are a preview for what has already happened in the higher New Earth timeline, or what I call the NET, N-E-T. This timeline is here, right now. To say we haven't anchored this timeline yet is to say that we haven't fully named and claimed who we are in this timeline. Yet another way to say this is if you haven't fully claimed your desires, you have not fully claimed who you are in this higher timeline. The New Earth timeline holds all the codes for abundance, joyfulness, playfulness, bliss, prosperity, fulfillment, unification of self on all levels, liberation from old structures of lack and want, all this and more, if you'd only step up to claim this, or in other words, claim all that which you already are. You are and have always been chosen as a living channel for birthing and anchoring the New Earth timeline. You would not have incarnated here as human at this auspicious time on planet Earth if this weren't so. You could have incarnated as anything, anytime, anywhere else, in this multiverse, other than now. Yet, the locus of your point of attention as a multi-focused, multi-dimensional soul being is right here, right now, on this planet, smack dab in the middle of a massive gateway of change. With all that in mind, do you think you just came here to pay the bills? Do you think you came here as if by a random cosmic lottery and without significant gifts to embody and bear forth in order to help this planet ascend into higher consciousness? Do you believe that this lifetime you've incarnated into is just a waiting game before you can go home again? What if your destiny is to bring home here? Not just for yourself, but for the planet's highest and best good as well, which is in perfect alignment with the principles and values of unity consciousness. What if your desires, these coming attractions you are experiencing now that are already made manifest in the higher vibrational range of the New Earth timeline, what if these are woven into the destiny to bring home here? And what if you only need to decide differently about who you are in order to fully align with them and claim them now? What if you would allow yourself permission to decide differently and then lean into what is already there? You are searching and seeking your authentic expression, yet it is already complete, already whole, already intact. You're just not consciously connected to it at the moment. You are in fear of leaning into bolder desires because it breaks your heart to be disappointed by something not coming to fruition. However, you forgot that your biggest desires are put in your awareness by your own soul as an agent of source consciousness to lead you forward into a higher human destiny, and that allowing the capacity to receive these desires fully is actually what bumps you up into elevated frequencies of consciousness. Your desires and manifestations must be pure. This means that the things that you want must be desired solely for their own sake, and not as a means to compensate for where you don't feel complete, not as a means to stamp out or push away at the misperception of who the ego thinks you are, which constantly orients you to your past and not your now present moment, which is all that matters. You must be able to make empowered choices based on a positive vision of what actually matters to you and what you value, free of your fixation on what you don't want. Otherwise, it's a long, arduous road of ups and downs, ebb and flow, feast and famine, and it is utterly soul-crushing at times until you figure this out. Be an empowered creator that knows instead of just believes that she is a miracle and a divine receiver. Create the most wholesome and hospitable environment inside of you that is kind to you, that is kind to what you want. Be compassionate to yourself, loving to yourself right now. Let go of what was and stop looking back. You're not going that way.